A family favourite of ours, and something I've asked my mum to cook for me for my birthday dinner like a bunch of times. You can do this with chicken thigh, but I've found that drumsticks are way better. They've got two knuckles either side that are full of collagen, which turns into gelatin when you braise it in the oven for like an hour or two, which is what we're doing. The gelatin is the secret star of this dish. It makes the gravy out of this world. Rich, thick, and sticky. Yummo.
Yeah, boy.
Now, I've had a few people contact me and tell me that they've tried some recipes and they really enjoyed it, and that just is the whole reason why I make this channel. So if you've made some and you like it, let me know in the comments, and if you want me to try some recipes for you to show you the best way I've found to cook it, well, let me know. Today I'll show you the basic iteration of what I usually do. Then I'll also give you a dish at the end of a different way of eating it, which you could serve up to friends and family, which visually looks great and tastes amazing. The first way is just meat and pasta with the gravy, which I would usually have for smokos and lunch, and that tastes amazing. But also, if you add it with some greens and carbs on the side, like a potato bake or mashed potato, like that really pops and stands out. It's freaking delicious. The casserole itself has minimal ingredients, but it's the technique of two crucial steps that makes this a standout. Start with the onion, one large or two small ones. The best part about using onions in a long braise is that they break down and they get real soft and add a savoury sweetness and a hint of complexity to an otherwise pretty standard dish. I'll do at least 4 to 5 cloves of garlic. If you're not a huge garlic lover, then I'll use 3. Finely dice and put aside. Make sure you turn your oven on now to preheat to 200 degrees Celsius. Crucial step number 1. You must, and I repeat must, brown these drumsticks off before you add this to the oven tray. I've cooked this dish 100 times and I've tried it without this step, and it is severely lacking if you don't. The Maillard effect is a proven thing where browning is flavour, but also my theory is it kicks off the cooking process, which helps the joints and ligaments release the much sought after gelatin into the sauce. Over a medium to high heat, fry these off in batches on 2 sides and put in the oven tray. If you're not using a non-stick pan, watch out for the fond and make sure the browning on the bottom of the pan doesn't burn. If it's getting too dark, then add some oil and turn the heat down a touch. Once you've assembled the chicken, turn the heat down to a medium heat, add the onion in the same pan with a pinch of salt for at least 5 minutes. While you're waiting, adjust the chicken in this way that I've shown. It keeps the meat on the outside and the bottom part in the middle, which just makes for a much even cooking. Sauteing the onions will help lift the browning off the bottom, but if it needs some help, you can pour in a 1/4 cup of liquid. My order of preference is either white wine, chicken stock, or water, but any of these will do perfectly. Once you're happy, or when you run out of patience or time, add the garlic for 1 minute before pouring in the rest of the ingredients. Add the cream of chicken soup, a can of water, the dry packet of French onion soup, and a tablespoon each of Worcestershire sauce and sweet chilli sauce to the pot, and get it to a boil, stirring regularly. Add in some dry herbs as well if you want, and maybe even a couple of cracks of pepper. This is just another little step you can do to save yourself time. You're getting the liquid to a boil now, instead of having it sit in the oven trying to get to temp. It's just going to save yourself time. Do it this way.
Do it! Just do it!
Once it's bubbling, pour it over the top of the chicken. Put on a lid on your casserole dish or wrap your disposable tray with alfoil and put it in the oven for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, remove the lid, flip the drumsticks 180 degrees and put it back in the oven. Crucial step number 2, patience, and allowing 1.5 to 2 hours in the oven, depending on your oven. This cook took me 2 hours, and if you have the patience, honestly, you're gonna get a way better result. We're gonna take this tray out and flip the drumsticks every 20 minutes until it's done. This will take patience and a keen eye. You will see the liquid reducing and the chicken browning more and more as you continue this step. When you're happy with the look of the chicken, you can take it out. These are the dark meat of the bird, so they can go much longer than the breast. All in all, this was in the oven for 2 hours. 30 minutes at the start, 20 minutes flip, 20 minutes flip, 20 minutes flip, 15 minutes flip, 15 minutes serve.
Nice.
Now is the time to choose which direction you will be serving. If you want to do it the way I would do it for my work lunches, remove the drumsticks and then shred them into the pan with the gravy, removing the knuckles, tendon, and that pesky little bone on the inside. I like to add a tablespoon of vinegar or lemon juice or lime juice to brighten it up. It's a quite heavy and rich dish, so this goes a long way. The other way is to serve it up like my mum does, whole on a plate accompanied by roast, steamed, or boiled veggies with the gravy over the top. This looks much better and becomes quite a nice meal. If the gravy is too runny, then put it in a pot before you add the chicken and simmer it to let it evaporate and reduce and thicken up. If it's too thick, just add some water and stir it in, then taste for salt. Whichever way you have this, if you follow my instructions, you will be treated to a delicious, hearty meal that is dirt cheap and everyone will love. Enjoy.